Good morning, Miss Ignas. We are from fifth group, and I'm Della Febrianti will be the first presenter, and Novi Nur Khasanah will be the second presenter, and Sholikhah will be the third or the last presenter. Okay. In this wonderful occasion, we would like to deliver our process in making curriculum and technology design. We choose title English for senior high school science program. Before we choose this title, we have made a survey for 15 students, which most of our respondents are from science program. So we choose science program for this title. And because a lot of nowadays English materials don't have any relation to the student's major, which actually the major draws the student's need. Okay. The first is considering the environment and its analysis. I mean, okay. From this, we have made a survey for two categories. The first is for students, and the second is for people around the school. The first for the students, we got 6 students, and we got this result. The first 6 respondents from science program, the grade 11 grade is dominant, and then the most needed skill in every life is speaking skill, which get 83.3% rate of the students. And then 5 respondents agree that English influenced their study in scale of 3 out of 5. And then the main lack of English study is minimum vocabulary, which get 83.3% rating, defeat pronunciation, fluency, and accurate listening. And last, the most difficult skill, they agree that the most difficult skill is listening, and then the easiest skill is reading. That's why in our curriculum and technology design, we we choose listening skill to be influence more in our design. And then for people around the school, we got 5 teachers, and we got this result. We give them 15 questions and 3 questions about their identity. 60% of our respondents agree the English material should be suitable with students' major, with 60% agree the English influence science subject in scale of 3. And then 80% agree that speaking skills is the most important skills. Same with the students, the result survey of the students, they also agree that speaking skills is the most important, while the most difficult skills is listening. Same with the students. Then the reasons why science students need to study English are because the demands of the curriculum. They have opinion like that, and a lot of terms in science are using English, and we agree about that. Some of them likes English. Some of them here is the students. And the main lack of English study is minimum vocabulary. So the teachers think that the students' vocabulary is very small. That's why they are difficult to study English. Okay, then principle, consideration, and goals. We have chosen for principles. The first is backward design. Backward design is designing curriculum from the goal first. Then backward design also requires the student to become more active and more critics in thinking. Then second is blended learning, which which is blended learning because from the survey we also give a question about what they prefer: offline learning, learning, or blended learning. And all of the respondents from the students choose blended learning, and also the teachers. So we choose blended learning, which blended learning is the the combination of online learning and offline learning. And the third, we choose functional national approach, which we will combine the material not only from the nation but also to the function. So we not only give the term, but we also give them the practice. And then the fourth, total physical response method. We choose total physical method because this is suitable with the students' need, which they they think that they are lack in vocabulary. So with total physical response, they will be easier to memorize the vocabulary, which we believe that when we use more than uh, one of our sense, the our memorizing will be better. So and the goals for our um, curriculum methodology design are 5. The first is students are able to use their speaking, listening, writing, and reading ability when they are in the learning process and in the real life. And the second, students are able to apply English skills such as vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation based on their major, that is science programs. And the third, based on backward design, like what I have explained, that backward design requires the students to be more active and critics. So the students are able to become more active and critic. And through functional national approach, students are not only know about the notion of language, but also its functions, which our students think that when study a language, then we don't know about their functions. It like they are become lazy to study it. So we choose functional national approach, and in our module we also choose some topic that relate to their major, like about physics, because this is for science program, like about physics, animals, and etc. And the last, with total physical response methods, students will have a lot of vocabulary stocks and they can relate the meaning through actions. Like what I've said before, that the more we use our sense, the easier we will memorize the vocabulary. I think that's all that I can present. The next presentation will be delivered by Novi Nur Khasanah. Novi, the time is yours.
Okay, Della, thank you. Okay, the next process, which is about content and sequencing. So here, there are some points that we notice. The first is course description. English for Senior High School Science program includes several main subjects such as vocabulary, which still has a relationship with science material, and then grammar, which will be useful in the context of conversation related to science material, and also pronunciation of words, which are continuous with science vocational material. And then there are five learning outcomes of graduates. The first is attitude, so students can active and critical in behaving and activity using English, and in knowledge, the first is English vocabulary in accordance with the science vocational, and then grammar and pronunciation of English words that still have a relationship with vocational science. And in the general skills, students can speaking, writing, listening, and reading in English, and then special skill, students be able to apply several English language learning skills. So writing, speaking, listening, and reading that are in accordance with the context of the material in the science vocational, and then students can understand terms in the science learning curriculum using English and be able to apply them in everyday life. And then the point is about subject learning outcomes. So after following the basic material of English, which has been integrated with the context of vocational science object, students in the science study program are expected to be able to five. And the first is to master all English skills. It's about speaking, listening, writing, and reading, while in the learning process in life instructions real. And then students can understand English language skills such as vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation, which are integrated with vocational science subject. And then students can achieve active and critical goals in thinking and behavior. And the last is students can understand English not only in the context of meaning but also in the function and objective within one out semester according to the schedule and the number of face-to-face meetings determined with an understanding level not less than 95%. So the last is about learning design or rancangan pembelajaran during 20 weeks. There have many lessons which is include part of stage, descriptive text, asking and giving opinion, instruction text, analytical exposition text, explanation text, new items, recount text, and then conditional sentence. So here also includes the assessment design and assessment scheme. Okay, I think enough for me. And the next process can be delivered for Marifatu Salihah. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Novi. Now I would like to present about finding a format and presenting the material. For this, our lesson plans contains the whole learning activities that based on the standard competency and learning goals on each material. Um, and in our lesson plans, it starts from opening activities, main activities, and closing activities. There are also some learning activities that we use in the lesson plan, such as presenting of theory, modeling, practice, role play, creating proper sentence, and then question answer using cooperative or collaborative learning, contextual learning, self-paced learning, game, storytelling, small group discussion, and so on. And then the next is monitoring and assessment. Here there is three kinds of monitoring and assessment. The first one is diagnostic test. Diagnostic test is a test that given at the beginning of the instruction to identify the strengths and weakness of the students regarding to the topic to be discussed. The diagnostic test that we choose, such as pre-test or self-assessment. And then the second one is formative assessment. Here, formative assessment is monitoring students' learning. The formative assessment that we use, such as quiz, learning grants, and many others. And then the last is summative assessment. Summative assessment here is to evaluate students' learning, such as structured essay, final exam, or final project. And there is application that we use for assessment and monitoring, such as Google Form, Kahoot, Quizlet, and many methods. Okay, I think enough for me. That's all our performance. Please forgive us. Please forgive us if we make many mistakes. And thank you very much for your nice attention.